Hey everyone, Nick from Notion Guide here again, and today we're going to talk about basic editing within Notion. When I first started using Notion a couple of years ago, there was none of the databases and relations and things that there are now. It was just simply notes. You would open up a Notion document and you would type, and that's it. You'd be able to do cool things with these notes, such as rearrange them. So you could still drag and drop. That was pretty cool. One thing that really stood out to me when I first started as well is the ability to drag over to the side and create columns, just like that. Another thing that really attracted me was how you could embed pages within your notes. So I, for example, came over from Evernote, and so I'd have to create new notes for every different thing. And then those could be gathered in folders, but there wasn't really any other organization than that. Within Notion, I can actually add a page within a page. So I can type / and I can type page and hit enter. And this is going to let me create another page. So let's go ahead and call this. And I'll hit enter. And I'm here making notes again. Now, you may have noticed me use a / command when creating this page. So let me show you a little bit more about that. In Notion, if you type /, it gives you access to what are called blocks. Blocks is how Notion is built. Everything you look at in Notion is a block. This text right here is a block. On the previous page, the other text that we would move around are blocks, and there's many different types. So far, we've used text and page, but there are others such as to-do list, headings, bulleted and numbered lists, toggles, and many more. These blocks, when used together, can create really, really complex and advanced systems of organization, and we'll get more into those in later videos. I want to show really quick how we can create some additional things though in Notion. Let's start, for example, with a grocery list. So for a grocery list, I might want a header. So I'm going to go ahead and type a / and type heading, and then hit enter to create a heading. I will call this grocery list. And then let's say I want some checkboxes that I can mark off. So I'll type the / and I'll select to-do list, which will let me have the checkbox which I can mark. So let's start with milk and eggs, bread, and fruit. This is a great list that can get us started at the grocery store. Now, as we work our way through the aisles, I can actually check things, and it will mark them as complete. One cool thing with Notion is that you can highlight multiple and select them to mark them both done. The / command is not the only one in Notion that is really helpful. Most of these things that we look at are actually doable by keyboard shortcuts as well. So let's go ahead and create this same list using keyboard shortcuts. So to create a first heading, I'm going to do a pound symbol followed by a space. And I'll type grocery list. I'll hit return again. And now for a to-do list, I'll type a opening bracket and a closing bracket, and that will do a to-do list. So I'll do milk, eggs, bread, and fruit. You can also use the tab key to indent items and shift tab to send them back. This is really useful and can make for making notes really, really quick. So we're going to go ahead and try a few more keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to use the asterisk symbol to create a bulleted list. When I take notes in meetings or with other people, I've gotten really quick at this, which is very helpful. So let's say, for instance, we're going to talk about the future of Notion Guide. So I'm going to create a heading. And I'm going to start making notes. I tend to make notes in bulleted lists very often. Notice I'll use the indenting features here to quickly add subheadings. And then when I need to go back, I can use Shift-Tab to head back to the main level. And it's very, very quick and simple. So let's say you need to edit some text within Notion. If you've noticed here, I can use this drag. I'll drag anywhere outside of a block and I get this type of selection tool. This is really, really handy if I need to highlight some things and then move them as a group. It's also helpful when I need to click on a specific group and drag it. Now with things like bulleted lists, it will actually take the entire subsection, of course, as well. And Notion just makes it really, really easy to work with your notes after you've created them. This is really helpful because when you're taking notes, you want to focus on getting the content down. You don't want to focus on organization at that time. This allows you to take your notes and get organized later when you have more time. Okay, everybody, that's it for today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'm happy to create another video. Just let me know what you'd like to see. Thanks.